Thank you for giving me this opportunity to have this interview on behalf of the firm and myself as well. It's Dr. Ahmed Al Zaiter. It's the elder of 6 kids, born in Kuwait, and and currently the CEO of this group, SGP Capital, residing in the United Kingdom, even though the company is a global firm and we're managing it from many offices. At age 53, I am just really coming for the opportunity to start planning my next phase of life, enjoying the life and enjoying where we were with the success of the company, the success of my future, and the success of even my past. You know, I consider it.
Tell us about your early age.
As I said, I'm born in Kuwait, finished my education in one of the private schools in Kuwait in 1982. Headed, early time. I had this dream of becoming a pilot. So I went for the Soviet Union, believe it or not, in the 1982. It didn't work out. I wasn't really ready mentally, maybe because of the West and East structure of life. Returned to Kuwait for a few days and then headed to for my American university to start my first degree. The first degree the plan is to take over from my dad, constructions, engineering. So I went for civil engineering. After the freshman year, it became very obvious for me, it's not me, it's not what I want. I converted my degree for engineering management and I finished my first degree. I was lucky. The type of the course we had in the university, the last 3 courses, is about business finance, which is I had the opportunity to work with a company called Rudolph Wolf. And this company is a British company, working in the futures and options and with the training and everything. So I walked in from graduation to work straightforward, even though I wanted to do my master's, but it had to be delayed a little bit. And it's just I never looked back in my life.
How do you start your day?
This is really funny because I would answer it to say, do I sleep actually? Actually, that is my major problem. I do have this energy to keep retaining awake, a lot, and sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night, and check my phone and check my iPad and I answer the question. And some people, they used to make a joke. I remember this gentleman in one of the companies I work with, his name is Rob, and we were in this meeting and his question was, I sent him an email 3 o'clock in the morning and I thought I woke up before him. And before I just went to switch the laptop off or computer. I can't remember what he said exactly. And here he is, the reply came in. And that was my reply to him. And he was like, I can't believe it. This guy never sleep, So it's, I just really don't know. It's I think the buzz of the work. Yeah, I enjoy the challenge. I enjoy even the problems. I know people, they just say, wow, you enjoy a problem. Yes, I do enjoy a problem. Forensic auditors is dealing with problems. And you have to think and you have to plan and then just tackle it. Every problem has a solution. It is just a matter of really understanding the problem. It's as simple as that.
Tell me about an accomplishment that shaped your career.
I will say it is the formation or the work on a project called Internet Accountant. We called it actually PG2, and PG2, the reason we called it is my admiration for a personality. It's Bill Gates. Bill Gates is non-educated, didn't believe in university, and we all know where he is. So I called it BG2, Bill Gates 2, because in my opinion was accountancy sort of locked itself in this routine and we do it this way and there is no need for change. But the world is changing. The internet world was coming in the early, between 1995, 1999, it was rising to reach where it is. So we had this vision, how we can do accountancy on the internet. And I had a couple of people which is around the firm, which is, I have to give them credit. They believed in the concept, and we went with it. It didn't materialize to the level which is we want. However, we know, and a lot of people they know, is that we put the foundation of a lot of companies who are currently in the market, because we spoke with them. So that's why we believe in that, is that what they are now and where they are now, it was basis on where we came from with the ideas of internet accountants. Simple to the revolution of accountancy world by making everything is online.
Over 30 years of experience, what was the motivation?
People will say money, but no, actually it's, nowadays, especially nowadays, is with my work over here in Dubai and working around the stock exchange and everything. And the fact is, a lot of people around me, they just see it. Sometimes I don't like it, but I have to accept it. Is people, they know who you are. And you walk in and that status of you achieved it. You worked hard on it. And I'm proud of it. I'm not going to be really taking back step and say, I don't like it. No, I do enjoy it. But it is respectful people. As far as I respect them, I treat them nicely. I feel I'm getting it back in respect for me. But with this achievement to reach that level, is what I can call it. It's the key success, the successful key, which is you have always. Is that you can solve things easy, whom how to fix problem, it's nice achievement in life, and people when they're around you, especially my nieces and nephews, they look at me and I have my nephew. There was an incident and in a hotel, and I wasn't really happy with it, and I just said, good is not good enough for me. And he is so proud of this word. He keep repeating it to everybody around him. And I just really don't know what he sees in it. But he must see something, is that his uncle reached, that he can really say something like that, strong for somebody. Not, disrespecting that person, but that person really wasn't doing his job right, and it was not good enough. So sometimes when you say sorry is not good enough. But it's good that you acknowledge that you made something wrong and you say sorry. But that is when you are in that status, you can tell people, and they take that the wisdom of yours to implement it in their life. You achieved a certain levels of life.
When have you been the most satisfied in your life?
On a personal level, it's my daughter, and she will be always, the moment of my life. And seeing her growing up, driving at the moment to the wall, I call it, but unfortunately this is part of life. She's experimenting the boundaries around me, and I just have to tolerate it or not tolerate it, and we have to keep going with it. On a business-wise, is the company. I had dreams from early stages, to run my own. And first, I was working for a firm and corporations, and then I joined a partnership, and the partnership I was from junior partner to become growing. But I didn't see where is my future with it. 2005 was the year, which is, I call it, it's the change. Of course, nobody anticipated 2008. Delayed a few things. 2013, it was the beginning of the climb, and the success of Sovereign, where we are with it now. And I'm also lucky enough to have quite a few people around me, successful, to lead this successful team to where we are nowadays.
What is the riskiest thing you've ever done?
2005. If I knew what I'm going to know, sorry, what I know now, not new, or it's about 2008, you know. We knew it's going to happen, but I don't think really people anticipated how big it is, you know. We thought it is a one sector, the bubble of, you know, the financials. We didn't see where is the bubble of the financials going to affect, technically bring everything for a halt, you know. How bad it was, we didn't have an idea. So my decision was at that time is to move from what we call it stability, you know, to this other one, which is with the risk, with everything, and then suddenly you gone in with the whole global around you froze. It was a hard time, you know, but you know, we came through it.
What are your priorities in your life?
I would like to say my priority is my family, you know. But when I say that, my family will say, oh, no chance, no way. Your always priority is your work. And if I say my priority is I really like to give my work attention, you know, they will say, with the current some circumstances of my family is that, you know, you're not giving us the full time. So I'm not really winning either way. However, I try to have the balance, you know. Of course, I like to give my time for my daughter, you know, my family, my wife, my people around me. The problem is, I'm a human, and I have 24 hours a day. I have to sleep some of them, even though I sometimes don't sleep well, but you know, I have to sleep that. So by the time you cut the day, you know, there is not everybody. Say for me, the priority I am trying to give everybody, it's not good enough. But the priority is for me to achieve where I am, you know, to be healthy, to be enjoying my work. Of course, you know, my family is happy, and I'm there for them when they need me.
How do you spend your time when you're not working?
You know what I'd love to do, which is I'm not allowed to do it, unfortunately, because of the law. I like my car. I like to set myself in the car, put the roof off, put the music on, and just speed, you know. And unfortunately, you're not allowed to do it, because maximum 70 miles an hour in England, 55 miles on the highway in the United States, and you know, over here 120 kilometers. So wherever I go, it's just impossible. I love my car. I love my cars. I love speed. I love driving. You know, that is really what I call it is my fun day, you know. However, I like traveling. I enjoy my travels, you know, on my holidays. I enjoy actually, strange enough, from being an accountant and traveling and speed and everything, I enjoy the garden. You know, the garden work is for me, it's decorating it, you know, make sure the plantation is coordinated together with the colors, with everything and all of that. And you know, when see it, especially in the summer and spring starts, the spring first and the summer, you know, then you see all that growth of the garden and how it look nice, tidy and clean. I love it, you know. But I don't have time for it. I have a gardener who does it, but I just say for him, I want this and that.
How do you handle business setbacks?
As I said, you asked me before, and I answer always for this is really simple. When you know what is the problem, the solution is there. Sometimes it's hard, the decision of the solution, and maybe you don't like it. You don't want to know it. That is fine. There's no problem. The problem is identifying the problem, the problem. As I say for people, it's not about when you start sorting the problem. You are falling in this big hole, and you keep falling and falling and falling. There is nothing you can do. You have to keep falling until you reach the bottom. Why? Because you can stand up. Because once you're standing up, you can at least start to know how to climb. So this is the same with the problem. Just reach to the bottom of the problem, figure it out, all its roots, and then put the corrections. Once you do that, it's simple. You know, it's hard decisions. That's no problem. But you know, you can work on it.
As CEO and founder of SGP Capital, what is your goal you wish to achieve in coming years?
SGP Capital started to achieve its targets, and that is to become a very successful, small, private-owned equity company. Specialize in the financial market and corporate consultancy. I had a dream a while ago, and that is if my family will be part of the business. I have a two successful business partners, Jonathan and Simon, and really without them, we wouldn't be where we are. However, it's now I have the ability to bring my brother Mahmoud to join us. There is the other brother Hani, is hopefully finger crossed, he will be one day, is part of the future of the company. And it's going to come a time where Jonathan will have to retire. Simon has to retire with me, of course. I'm retiring. So this is we're putting the foundation of the next generation. And the next generation, they will have to have our philosophy to carry on, so they can put the foundation for the generation after. And Sovereign, I will be here, but in the history, it will be the company which is across the 100 years and more of it is life.
What do you suggest young generation who are looking for opportunities in this world?
Once there was in politics in Britain, Tony Blair said, education, education, education. I believe in education. Education is the foundation for you to have the ability to plan, to think, to be motivating yourself, because it's about the knowledge. People, they think is that, oh, I want to be an accountant, but I don't have to know anything about geography. I don't have to know about history. I don't need to know about biology. But actually you're wrong, because you might have a doctor who comes in and he wants to know his financial planning, and you have no understanding of how doctors works. So you don't understand medicine, the biology, geology, geography. Company want to do some projects in Amazon, in India, in China. If you have no idea of the geography, how you understand how you are going to help them to build their business? For example, equipment to be transferred over there, the culture of the people over there, will that product work over there? So you see, even you are an accountant, simple, you add the numbers, you put the numbers together to work. Still, you need to understand the cultures, the locations, the concept, the mentality, the faith of the people. So where that comes from? That comes from education. And that's why I go back and I say, even though he politically used it for politics, I actually believe these words are correct. Education, education, education. If you are educating yourself, you should be able to have the whole foundation of understanding what you want. You can make a mistake in the career. I made it. I went in, I wanted to be a pilot. My dad wanted to be a civil engineer. I ended up engineering management, and believe it or not, this is the only degree of all my degrees I never worked in. All my degrees in finance, and the first steps of my life was maybe the wrong direction, but all of them, all these, that era, it gave me all the understanding in the courses: human relation, international relation, it's psychology, physiology, sociology, all these part of the degree, and the mixing with people, all that education I got and gathered with my high school degrees, I understand. I can sit with any people, I can understand what they're talking about, I can communicate with them. I'm not specialist in that field, but I can understand. That's allowed me one step to be able to go through their mind to achieve. So I tell people, the young people, concentrate on your education. It is the key where you can go further.